after your doctor takes the camera out, removes it, your doctor will typically go over the findings with you on a TV screen or a computer screen. So when my doctor showed me what my throat looked like a war zone. It was so red and inflamed. I also had Reich's edema, so my vocal fold was inflamed, and it actually looked like at one point when I was breathing, you could see it flap over one of my vocal folds. There was also a red spot on my right vocal fold that the doctor was concerned about, and this was something that came, the doctor asked me, did you scream really loud lately? Because usually this only happens, this type of trauma to your vocal folds, when you are screaming very loudly. And I explained I had not screamed very loudly, anything that I could remember. I didn't have an argument. I wasn't yelling, anything of that nature. But I was suffering with all that post-nasal drainage going down. So I remember really excessively clearing my throat one day and coughing really hard a couple days prior to going to this visit. So that possibly was the cause of the trauma and the red spot on my right vocal folds. So the doctor said we were going to keep an eye on it, because even though my throat, as inflamed as it looked, it wasn't concerning for a cancer at this time, but he was going to keep an eye on that red spot, because that could be something troublesome in the future if it did not go away. So I vowed after that visit to find ways to take care of myself so that I can heal all this, and I did not have to worry, because now, besides just a sore throat, thinking I went in there having some kind of strep infection way down that the antibiotics weren't curing, which is what set all this off, was me having strep throat, as I mentioned in my previous videos. I was very worried about this now. He told me not to worry, but it's very hard when someone tells you that they may perform a throat biopsy the next visit if the red spot doesn't go away, not to worry. So after the doctor was done speaking with me about my diagnosis, the doctor said he wanted me to take 40 milligrams of 40 milligrams, yes, of Prilosec in the morning and 40 milligrams of Pepcid every night before bed. This was daily. And when I heard 40 milligrams, I didn't know much about antacid medicines, but I just said, geez, that's an awful lot. That's kind of scary. So I said, well, how long will I have to be on medication like this? He said, maybe 6 months. Well, I kind of got freaked out by that, because I am a person that's never had to be on really any medication. Or if it was very short term. It wasn't a long-term thing. So now, being a person that had some type of chronic illness, being diagnosed with this, it really scared me, and I was worried about it. So going home and doing research on these types of medications, and nothing against the medications, but just any of these medications, they only want you on it if it was over the counter for 14 days, no more than that, because it starts to cause malnutrition, like malabsorption with vitamins. So people can get hip fractures, you can get C. diff, you can get pneumonia and other types of infections, because your immune system and your gut flora and your body is becoming weaker and will not be able to fight some of these things. And because of not being able to absorb certain vitamins like B, and your Ds and your calciums, this is where the fractures were coming in to play for people that were long-term users of these types of medicines. So that really freaked me out. And I, again, vowed to find natural ways, and that's why I'm here today. I wanted to find natural ways that if I was stuck taking this medication, I wanted to take the less aggressive approach and the least amount dosage possible, so that I can try to heal more naturally and not open up another can of worms for further health issues down the road just to heal my throat, which I understand why the doctor prescribed this for me, because this is a very serious thing. And if you are suffering chronically and have severe throat issues that are irritated, eventually, if anything is irritated, you do maybe run the risk of getting cancer or something worse down the road. So I understand the aggressive approach to try to give my throat a break so that it can heal. It just really scared me, and I really wanted to try to find another way. So when I got home after I thought about all that, I did message my ENT and ask my ENT if I can try some natural remedies along with lowering the dosage of those medications. And the doctor did say to me that they were open to me trying that. And when I come back for my follow-up, if things are progressing worse or better, we'll make a decision on where I need to go from there. So that was the beginning of my healing journey and how I got diagnosed. So I just wanted to give you a little rundown of what to expect when you go to the ENT. And not to fear, it is a very quick process to get an endoscopy done. And now that you have a little idea of what to expect, make sure you do your homework. And whatever diagnosis you get, go home and get on the internet and do a lot of research. And then don't be afraid to contact your doctor. That is why they're there. If you have questions along the way after your diagnosis, before you go to your next follow-up visit, it's okay to ask those questions. Ask your pharmacy. If the doctor had given you certain prescriptions and you were concerned about those, no one knows medication better than the pharmacist. They can give you a lot of good advice as well. So the resources are there, but also, be your own advocate as well. If you feel that something is not right for yourself, don't be afraid to ask and suggest something else. And if your doctor is open to it, that's wonderful. So I am going to wish you good luck on your journey for your first endoscopy. Check out the link in my bio as well, because I have a lot of good tips and my go-to products that I use for LPR. And they're only things that I have used personally. I never recommend anything that I have not used or have not fully researched and feel would be appropriate. So stick with us. Please follow, comment, please share your journey as well, and anything that has worked for you or has not worked for you. We're all here as a community. We want to grow, we want to learn, we want to heal together.